Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah Corn, and as you can see here today, we're going to be doing a couple unboxings of some Zero Two figures. So if you guys have been subscribed to the channel for a while or have seen some of my past videos, you may have seen me unbox my Power Nendoroid, which at the time I got this Zero Two Nendoroid in the same box as Power. I've been putting off unboxing her for a while, but since I picked up another Zero Two figure from the Ami pre-owned section, I've decided that now is the perfect time to unbox them both in this video. So first up, we're going to be going over the details of the Zero Two Nendoroid. This Nendoroid is of course the Zero Two Nendoroid from Darling in the Franxx by Good Smile Company. I picked her up at the time, brand new on Ami for 4,450 yen, which is around 48.76 Canadian. Not bad for a Good Smile Nendoroid anyways. Most of the ones that I have been over $50, so pretty happy to snag her for a good price. With that said, we'll put her aside for now, and we'll of course unbox her soon. So for now, I'll just give you like a small little glimpse of what we're looking at here. I'll of course do close-ups of the box and everything when we actually get to unboxing her in a few minutes here. Next up in this Ami box, we have the figure that I picked up from the pre-owned section. As it normally goes with the pre-owned section on Ami, I wasn't looking for anything in specific, but when I saw this pop up, I thought might as well add her to the collection. In here I have the Zero Two Darling in the Franxx SH Figuarts figure. These are the posable figures. I normally don't go for like Figmas and the posable ones, but I think for the Darling in the Franxx ones, because they don't have that many figures, I had to pick this up. And I'll get over the visible joints, I think, because I love the characters so much. Zero Two and Ichigo from Darling in the Franxx are two of my all-time favorite characters. I know most people like one or the other, but I love both Zero Two and Ichigo. So I definitely plan on picking up the Ichigo at some point as well. That said, guys, this is by Bondi Spirits. I got the item in B condition, and the box is also in B condition, and I managed to pick her up for 14,780 yen, which is around 147.18 Canadian. That is a lot, especially for one of those posable figures, but at the same time, Darling in the Franxx figures like have just skyrocketed in the aftermarket, and I mean, I love Zero Two enough that obviously I wasn't bothered paying that price. You might be like, I would never, that's fine, but I love Zero Two, so I had to do it. Alright, with that said, let's get on into this box here. So, just trimming the tape down the middle, as well as the sides. So right on the top here we have the Ami card, as per usual. This is one that we've seen many times before, which is just this Amiko and her friend here in the cat outfits. Super cute, but again, I've received this one a few times now, as I was making a lot of orders around this time. So just going to put that aside, then remove the paper on the top. And here we have her right in there. So one of the saving graces with this figure obviously is how small the box was. Shipping figures to me lately has been incredibly expensive from Ami anyways, because the only available option to Canada right now is DHL, which is of course the most expensive shipping method. That said, with a box this small, you don't feel it so much. Whereas getting like big scales definitely hurts. So even though this figure was more expensive, because her box size was so small, that's the reason why I decided to go through with it. With that said, let's pull her out here. As you can see here, her box is like literally tiny. tiny, tiny, tiny. And this is a lot of money for such a tiny figure, but again, she's one of my all-time favorite characters, and I plan on collecting, like, a lot of the Darling in the Franxx figures. There's certain ones that, you know, I don't really like the bunny figures for Zero Two. I know a lot of people love her, but I find the face on the bunny figures kind of terrifying. I'm not a fan of those bunny figures, so that's a pass for me. With that said, guys, we're of course going to do the close-ups of the box and everything after, but let's move on into unboxing this figure as well as the Nendoroid. Alright guys, so first up we're going to start with the Zero Two Nendoroid. Just cutting the tape around the edges, as per usual. Just pulling her out here. Of course, at the bottom we have her instruction booklet. So first up, cutting around the edges as per usual. Pulling that first layer of the blister pack off. So first up, we're going to start with this faceplate of her here, which is her licking expression, where she licks the honey off of her hands, of course. Next up, we have my absolute favorite faceplate. It is this adorable, happy, like, squinty face expression that she does, that she's well known for. It is her best expression, and I love figures that include this, so very happy to have this one. Next up, we have her little jacket, which is super cute. Then we have her hat. Alright, so next up, of course, taking out her main body here. So just going to remove her hairpiece in the front here to get that plastic off, and removing her head in its entirety to get that plastic off. So just going to remove her legs to take out that last plastic bit. Then here we have little Zero Two. So far, I'm going to say that I love this Nendoroid. I am a little biased because I love Zero Two as a character, but I think she's super cute, and all the faceplates and the accessories that they provided are absolutely perfect for her. I love the details they did with her eyes. Her eyes are such like a beautiful, like, turquoisey aqua kind of color with those rings in them. They did a fantastic job with that. Her horns look nice, and her outfit is absolutely perfect. Her hair sculpt's nice. Obviously, you can see the seam line for this one, because she doesn't have any, like, ridges or spikes like, say, Megumi's, where it's easier to hide the seam. Obviously, you're gonna have to be able to take this off because it is a Nendoroid with exchangeable faceplates, so you're gonna see that seam, but I'm not bothered by it. So we're just gonna put her aside for now. So just removing that second layer of the blister pack. And here we have the last few pieces for Zero Two here. So I'm just going to try and carefully unsnap it and try not to throw pieces everywhere. There we go. Only one piece flew out, so I would say that is a success. First up, obviously, we have the classic dotted Nendoroid base, the Nendoroid stand, and the little piece that goes into her back to secure her to the base. Here we have a tongue piece. I'm not sure if this is an extra tongue piece, in case the other one breaks, or if this is for something else. I'm assuming it's an extra, though. Here we have an extra joint. Next up, we have this absolutely tiny lollipop for her. Again, such a perfect piece to provide for her, as she's seen quite often with a lollipop in her mouth in the anime. And then here we have the bacon dipped in honey. We have these interlocked hand pieces, these assorted hand pieces, and then these assorted arm pieces. Alright guys, so now that we have 02 here all unboxed, let's get on into posing her. Alright guys, so this is the first pose we'll be doing. It's 02 with her hands on her hips. Alright guys, so next up we're going to be doing this pose of 02 with the lollipop in her mouth, which, as you saw earlier, there was this little green ball on the top, which is removable for this pose, so you can stick the straw portion in her mouth. I think this is an absolutely adorable pose, and definitely one of my favorites. Next up guys, we have this pose of 02 smirking and reaching her hand out here. Again, super cute with my favorite faceplate from this Nendoroid. Alright guys, so the next one we're going to be doing is this pose of 02, licking her hand after touching the honey bacon. Again, another just super cute classic 02 pose. Let me know what you guys think down below. So this pose here, guys, is not one of the official poses. I decided to obviously mix up these two here in order to create this one. This is the way I'm going to pose her for now, as I really wanted to include the jacket, as well as the lollipop, of course. I think that this pose that I've created is super cute. And yeah, I'm going to pose her like this for now. Obviously, that's the nice thing about Nendoroids. You can change their poses, interchange them with other Nendoroids and whatnot. So yeah, this is how I'm going to keep her for now, but obviously there's plenty of options to change her to in the future. Alright guys, then for the last pose, we are doing this one here with 02's hat and jacket. Alright guys, so just some final thoughts on this Nendoroid is I absolutely love her. I think that all of the poses, props, and faceplates that they added for this Nendoroid are absolutely perfect and suit Zero Two so well. I think they did an excellent job with basically everything on her. Again, I'm a little biased because Zero Two is one of my all-time favorite characters, but I honestly think that they did such a good job on her. She looks absolutely stunning. Let me know what you guys thought of her down below. Alright guys, so since this one is pre-owned, I can just open up the side here without having to cut. And here we have Zero Two with all of her parts in the front here. Then of course we have her seat for the mech in the back here, as you can see posed in here. Alright, so pulling out of the box there, we have her instruction sheet here, as well as this one that was taped to the side. Guys, so first up, I'm going to be taking out this bottom piece, which has her stand, as well as that piece from Streliza. There we go. Here we have her stand. We have this little hook device, which is supposed to hold Zero Two. Next up, just popping off this top layer there. So first up, I have all of these hand pieces. Then I have this piece that goes on the back of her head for the suit. And lastly, guys, we have the wonderful Zero Two here. Her sculpt is really pretty. And I mean, the joints aren't terrible on her because she is in a suit. Same with, I feel like, Evangelion, it wouldn't be that obvious, but ones where they're wearing like dresses and stuff where you can see their actual legs, I feel like the joints look really awkward. I will say they're not as bad as I thought they'd be, so really happy with that. Her face sculpt and her hair and her suit look absolutely wonderful. I love the back of the suit here. The details they have on the back of her suit here are super nice. So far, it looks like they did a wonderful job. I love all the pieces, and the movement is kind of cool, I guess. Very interesting. That said, let's get on into posing her. Guys, so I managed to get Zero Two all set up here. The thing about these SH Figuarts figures is that, unlike Nendoroids, they don't have like a ton of listed poses. It's just kind of action figure pose as you please kind of situations. So I'm just going to run through a few poses that I'll pick out here and give you guys some close-ups. But honestly, I'm probably not the best at figuring out poses. This is my first SH Figuarts, so bear with me here while I try and figure this out. Yeah, and I'm not going to do all that many because I don't feel like fiddling around with this for all too long. I would rather if they just listed a few poses for me to kind of figure out, but oh well. We're gonna start off with this one here, where I just have Zero Two posed with her hand on her hip. Her base for this one obviously attaches to that in the back there. Another thing to note about this beautiful box, guys, is that, as you can see in the blue of Streliza in the background there, they actually have beautiful artwork from the anime. You have Streliza, and you've got Zero Two and Hero. Super cute. I love that. It's a small detail, but it's very nice. And there you have the whole squad. Super cute. Guys, so the next pose I attempted was this one on the back here, as it gave me some sort of guidance as to what to do with her. So I just have that far hand there on her hip, Then of course this one is using the outstretched hand pose, and then her one back foot behind the other. I think I got pretty close. Of course, this is what she looks like from the front angle. Again, hand on her hip, this one outstretched, one leg in front of the other. I actually like this pose quite a lot. Very confident and nice, which is very accurate to 02's character. Alright guys, so next up I'm just going to quickly go over all of the faceplates that they included for this figure. Let me know which one was your favorite down below. Guys, so next up I've tried to replicate this pose on the cover of the box here as best as I could. I had the outstretched hand now pressed up against her hip, and the other outstretched hand raised up, just like so. Alright guys, so the next pose I did was of course this one here, where she is laying down. Here we have her. It was a bit difficult to get her in this pose, but I think it looks great now that she's here. We of course have this determined face from 02 on. guys, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As for what I think of this figure, honestly, I love this figure. I love how she turned out. I don't think I will be picking up many more of these SH Figuarts, just because of how complicated they are to put together. Nendoroids can be a little complicated sometimes, but the pieces for this are a lot harder to put together, and it's a lot harder to pose. That said, I think that she turned out wonderfully, and I'm really glad that I picked this one up. Let me know what you guys think of her down below. Alright guys, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Let me know what you guys thought of these figures down below. Obviously, I am so happy to have 2 more Zero Two figures added to my collection. I think that they both turned out really amazing. I'm kind of surprised at how much I love the SH Figuarts Zero Two. I knew I'd love the Nendoroid, and I've been seeing pictures of her forever, and I'm kind of mad at myself that I took so long to unbox her, but at the same time, probably makes for a better video for you guys, because you get to see a 2-in-1 Zero Two unboxing. The more Zero Two, the better. I do have this giant Zero Two figure on pre-order for later this year. I will insert photos here. I'm hoping there won't be severe delays. I am expecting some delays. And it is from a US store, so we'll see, but very excited for when she comes out. In the meantime, though, I am hoping to pick up a couple more Ichigo figures to add to my Darling in the Franxx shelf. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!